Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. There are certain champs that I just feel like in this game are really aging like fine wine because their utility is unique, and there aren't a lot of other defenders or attackers like them that can be quick counters. Now, there are champions that, in the skill class particularly, are aging gracefully, but I am still terrible with them. And this is no one's fault but my own. So please do not hear me say that and think I'm complaining to Kabam about it, because it's 0% on Kabam, it's 100% on me. Kate Bishop is a great champ. I've seen people destroy me in Battlegrounds with Kate Bishop, but I'm terrible with her, and I just don't like to use her. So for me, she's not a champ that's going to be somebody I target in a rank up. The same is true in terms of these two champions. I love Hitmonkey and Mole God, but I don't use them. Now, Mole God, if there is like a special Evade Battlegrounds month that rewards, say, Science champions for evading, and I expect that to come back at some point again this year, then yeah, the True Strike is fantastic, and I'll bring him in as an attacker, and maybe that will motivate me to take him to rank 5. But right now, I just don't feel motivated to do that. Same with Hitmonkey, who is very easy to use, and kind of a sneaky defender if you don't have somebody who can inflict damage over time, debuffs on him. Like my favorite champ to use against him normally is Black Widow Deadly Origin, aka Thighs. But Crit Monkey is not somebody that I, again, use, even though I respect the heck out of him and think he's great. So there are certain champions that I just assume that I would already have taken to rank 5 at this point, but I don't use them enough to justify the rank up. Whereas with my 7-star roster, I do think the future of offensive and defensive rank ups is this roster. And if I was better with Black Cat would be getting this rank up. Because the people who are best with Black Cat destroy me in Battlegrounds with her. When they bring in Black Cat, I don't know how this is going to work, but it's probably not going to be great. I've seen Black Cat wipe the floor with my Rintra. I've seen Black Cat wipe the floor against Korg. I've seen Black Cat. I think somebody took on my Bullseye with Black Cat and did really well. And I was sitting back thinking like, what? But I'm not good with her. And so I always say rank up the champs that you're good with. So that leaves me to the title and focus of this as I change my profile pic right now to the champion I'm targeting and ranking up for this. And this is a champion that also I'm targeting because of daily Valiant Crystals. I got the 1.5% drop rate this week and suddenly found myself with enough fully formed tier 6 skill catalyst to take up a 7-star to rank 2. And while Black Panther is tempting because I love the synergy with Hercules to make the specials unblockable, I just think this champion is too good to pass up on. I think Awakened Killmonger particularly, it doesn't even have to be Awakened to be great on defense, but it helps, definitely helps. This guy's aging like a fine wine. And I also love using Void with him in that synergy, but obviously synergies are irrelevant for Battlegrounds because you can't use them. So I am going to rank him up to rank 2 today, thanks in large part to those daily Valiant Crystals that got me the rank up materials outside of the tier 6 class catalyst I just talked about. And I think this is another area of the game that I want to give Kabam credit, because a champ like Killmonger felt like he was, to me, kind of expiring. Like my 6-star Killmonger, I had no ambitions or plans to ever rank him up. But then the 7-star came out, and then my 7-star, thanks to some luck, got awakened, and suddenly I stopped and thought, hey, wait a minute. This is actually a good idea. And so I believe that Killmonger is aging like a fine wine as a defender, and he's kind of an underrated attacker when you don't have anybody else in round 3 of Battlegrounds. I'm going to work in this Killmonger into my rotation. Now, I would never choose Killmonger as the 1st or 2nd or maybe even 3rd round defender in Battlegrounds, because most decks that I get matched up against have champs like Domino, champs like Bishop, mutant champs. Toad might be good to talk about, even though the poison certainly makes Killmonger's power gain go crazy pretty fast. But, in general, this is a champion that's just annoying. annoying on defense, and if you try to get cute without a major counter, you will be wrecked. There are certain champs like Cosmic Ghost Rider that I feel like are just cheat codes for most great defenders. I stopped putting Adam Warlock on defense because people with Cosmic Ghost Rider kept melting him in like 30 seconds, and I was like, why am I doing this to myself? So then I switched Adam Warlock out for the Destroyer and have had like night and day different luck and results with the deck that I use. So, all in all, I believe in Killmonger, and I put my rank up where my mouth is. And I think that's what you've got to do in this game. You've got to really target the champions that you're best with as an attacker and not care what, some blowhard YouTubers like myself think. Just rank up who you love to use. And then if there's somebody that you hate fighting and you've got them awakened as a 7-star, chances are other people hate fighting them, especially if they don't have the right counters. And so, yeah, Killmonger is somebody that I'm going to look to rotate in to my Battlegrounds deck now, and I'm very excited. But most of my wins lately have come from Deathless Guillotine at rank 2 and my new defenders. And I've just got to be honest about that. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one. Killmonger, aging like a fine wine.